Welcome to 2827 Fairfax Drive here in Tyler, Texas, 75701. Kind of the east side of town, just a few minutes from Planet Fitness, and UTT Tyler is right around the corner. We are at the meeting streets here of Fairfax and Norma, and this one has been on the market for a little over 2 months. 4-bed, 2-bath floor plan, built in 1965. And just a little bit over 2,000 square foot. I really like the curb appeal here from the front. So this is your front porch. And then it pans out a little bit that direction to your neighbor. Kind of got a slight slope right there, but it isn't like it follows the neighbors, so you shouldn't get a lot of runoff. We've had pretty good bit of rain the past couple days. Yard's a little mushy, but no puddles. Roof looks pretty good. This is an estate property, so limited disclosures, but we'll take it with what we got, and let's check her out. The garage is side entry. You got a couple French drains that'll also help divert some of that water flow as well. And then here we'll walk into the front. Small foyer. There's not a ton of updates here, but there are a few throughout. So you do have the popcorn ceilings, and then you have this transitional area here, so the hallway leading to the bedrooms, and then this leading into most of your living. So here is the living room. You got the brick accented fireplace, the wood beams up top. You still got that popcorn ceiling, wood burning on the fireplace, and then these are mostly vinyl floors, I believe. So it looks like hardwood, but you can tell they're larger planks. Still got that paneling here on this wall. Nice window overlooking the front that we just saw there. And there's really no traffic noise. This is kind of a pass-through street to cut through to the university right off of Loop 323. So you could get some cars going 40 to 45, but for the most part, it's been pretty quiet since I've been here. This is kind of a formal, informal dining. So you got your living, and then it feeds back into here. So it could be a good office space if you didn't need the full dining table, because there's eat-in portion of the kitchen, and then you got this nice open area leading into the kitchen area, so you can still talk to people in the living room. Built-in GE oven. Looks like it's about as old as the house, but nothing like some vintage appliances. And you got some storage area here and your pantry. You got electric cooktop, abundance of storage, and then your dishwasher. There is a garbage disposal here. Looks pretty good. A little bit of corrosion back there, but for the most part, everything looks sealed up pretty nice. I didn't see any leaks. Looked at it a minute ago. That's what we'll get an inspection for. Actually, pretty decent sized countertop space. You have Formica countertops. It's a little bit older, but could be updated. Got these windows overlooking the backyard. These are dual pane. There's a mix of dual pane, single pane throughout the house. And then, of course, this would be like your eat-in kitchen if you wanted to put a table. But I'm just putting together. That's actually the water line there for your refrigerator. So that may cut into the functional eat-in area unless you did like a bench setup, which actually is probably what that was for previously. It is a side-facing garage. We'll take a look outside in a minute, but this is the entry point, leads you right into the kitchen, which is nice. 2 single doors, pretty standard sized garage, actually probably a foot or two bigger. So you got some good storage space, overhead cabinets here, 2 separate motors. They're both overhead doors, and then got your electrical panel. All right, we have got to have a separate electrical panel. That is not enough ampage for the house. Hot water heater. Did not see a year on this one, but it's actually in really good shape. Hot and cold supply lines look relatively new. And then you've got this, which is not hooked up, but this is basically to monitor if there was any leaking or anything of that nature. It should notify you with an alarm. It looks like it does have a gas supply line, so you should have natural gas in the house overhead. The cooktop is electric, but If we've got gas overhead, it could easily be added to. And then you got your laundry room. You can tell they had some water leaking here at one point. Looks like it's been patched, just not painted. Pretty good sized laundry room, honestly. Got a nice room where you could fold here. If you didn't need the water for your refrigerator, you could cap that off at the wall, put a refrigerator right here. You just wouldn't be able to hook up the ice maker unless we reran that water line, rerouted it. We had to get a little creative there. I'm gonna show you the bedrooms and then we'll go outside. Got wallpaper over here, starting to peel. Personally would take it all off and paint it. Pretty decent cabinets. You got a few here below. Actually, really good storage space. Forgive me, I'm a little stuffed up. Old radio intercom system. Haven't seen those in a while. And then, is this a sliding door? Yes, so you have a sliding door taking you out to the backyard. Did not have lot dimensions online, but just using my best guess, I'd say it's around 1/2 an acre. Pretty good sized lot, and it's a corner lot. So here we're in the hallway, just off of that foyer. Very end, you have the master bedroom, and then you've got the guest right there, another guest, and then the fourth guest bedroom. So we'll start with the guests and make our way. Here you have your interior unit, and this was installed in 2023. Train, looks like it's in great shape as well. And we got that gas feeding in here. Oh, pencil sharpener, fancy. Some additional storage. Tell this at some point was for a laundry hamper. Put down low, drop your clothes in. You kind of got this weird column here in the middle. But this is a really good sized guest bedroom right here at the front of the house. We got these large windows overlooking the front. Nice area too, it's quiet. Had a mix of rentals and single family resales. You have this closet here, you can feed into it both sides. 1 and 1. Carpet probably needs to be replaced, but we could always work that into the offer for a concession or some kind of kickback. This bathroom is actually pretty nice. We've got some hard tiles here on the ground, ceramic tiles, and then you got the tub shower combo, and it's tiled as well. This is probably the nicest update, most recent update. And then we've got a granite countertop, large window, single vanity here, or large mirror, sorry. And then we've got the hallway again. Make our way. You know, other than this hallway, you've got a pretty good abundance of natural light. There's not too much coming in here. It's just some odd colors, a little bit dated. But here's another guest bedroom, which is also a good size. You got built-in there. Closet. There's the other electrical panel. So this would be your primary, and then I'm assuming they installed a secondary panel since you're maxed out on breakers here. Oh, I can't see great, but it looks like most are 10 amp, a few 20. Then you got 2 arc fault breakers, which is nice. Window over here. And see that grade of that hill right there? So the only reservation there is you probably get a little bit of ponding here near the condenser. But like I said, the good thing is it's, from what I can tell, it's just this property. It's not a gradual decline from neighbors, so hopefully it doesn't pond on you too bad. Excuse me. And then you have your third guest bedroom. It's probably the smallest of the 4. And this could be a good office space if you needed it. Carpets actually look pretty good in this room, so it may have been gently used. We got newer blinds in here. Let's take a look outside. Let's see, here's the backyard. Not quite as intense of a slope, but there is still a little bit of that negative grade. Small closet. And I love the backyard. It's really nice. So this here, you have a door Close off the hallway. Of course, you can see through it. That could be changed. But this is entirely the master suite here. So come back. You've got a glass sliding door to your immediate left once you enter, overlooking the backyard, which is really great for natural light. This is not a sliding door. It's just two large windows. Now, these are the ones that appear to be single pane. Now, the master does not have popcorn ceilings. Pretty good size. Again, carpets need to be replaced. You've got 110 outlets on each wall. You got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 outlets. Be 12 individuals. And then the great thing is over here, you're not looking at your neighbor. Now they do have a 2-story. I guess they could peer in if they wanted to, but for the most part, it's pretty private. You have a single vanity here in the primary, a step down in the shower, which could be a good, bad thing. Good for water retention, not so great for trip hazard. Pretty nice looking vanity. Again, wallpaper in here. And then you got overhead storage above the toilet. And then your closet. It's not that big, but it is functional. So you have one on each side. Little pegboard in there for additional storage. Now watch that and hit your head on it, but it's a nice touch. And so that hallway leads you into all the bedrooms, and then we'll take a step into the backyard. And there are blinds right there if you wanted to close that to make it more private. Gutters over the patio, which is great. Little storage facility there. Oh, it's second storage unit too. That's nice. I like the brick veneer all the way around. You can see the slab too, which is good. Oh, pretty good size actually. Don't see any electrical run to it unless they just did it with the extension cord for that one up top. It's on cinder blocks. The fence looks like it's in pretty good shape. A little bit of bowing over there, but a couple support beams should make it all right. You got this old antenna back here. There's a little bit of water, but it's not too bad. You can see where the natural collection there is. So I had a party here or something. Here's your gas line, condenser. Looks like a 5-ton or more. Definitely need to trim those plants. Overhead electrical. Here's your service terminal. Like it's in good shape. Windows here for the master bedroom. So see those single panel. I believe that one's dual pane. They're just a little bit older. And if you wanted to replace all the windows, you're probably around 10 to 12,000. Add the carpets, probably another 2,000, so about 15. Just light renovations. The back porch is really nice. We built a pergola out here. There are some sprinkler heads. Some are a little bent, some are straight up. So I'm not sure what kind of condition those may be in. And again, within a state, we will get slightly limited disclosures. It'll just be at our due diligence, inspection, and additional vendor quotes. Here's the driveway leading up. It's pretty nice. Again, it's pretty quiet out here. Not a ton of road noise. Got Loop 323, about 7 houses down. Garage entry. I don't see any overly concerning items that pop out, just more so cosmetic things that need to be fixed. little bit of step cracking there. That could just be settlement, because I didn't see any indicators on the inside that alarmed anything. Well, yeah, this is Fairfax, and I'd be curious to hear your input and what you think. Thank you.